Hello there, Pisces. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com. And I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. And I've been doing readings for 27 years now. And this reading is going to be for May of 2016. And what I've done here is I pulled 4 cards for the month, and I've put, I'm going to use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view of the month. And I would advise you that if this doesn't resonate with you for some reason, you might want to look at your moon sign or your rising sign. Sorry these readings are late this month, but it's been a little hectic and chaotic around here. My husband's father passed away, so as you can imagine, it's just been a little crazy and tough for everybody involved. But I wanted to tell you, for all of you that are interested in astrology, I forgot to tell you, I pull angel card for you at the end of the reading to bring it all together. But for those of you that are interested in astrology, this month is going to be like the emphasis is going to be in your 3rd house. And I've looked it all up because I'm not an astrologer, but it's communications and visits and like neighbors, your near relatives, what else is it? Meetings, conferences. It's like all forms of communication, mental interests like writing things and ideas that you would have about something. Everything's going to be like lined up there if you are interested in it. And it intrigues me because while I was shuffling, Spirit said, stop. I was done shuffling, and then they said that communication, and I'm thinking, what's this about? And then I looked up the astrology, and I guess it is about that. This is an interesting reading, Pisces, because all 5 cards that I've pulled are major arcana. So I don't know what all you Pisces are doing this month, but it's probably going to be pretty interesting. During this reading, when you hear me say I mean Pisces. So since I'm an empath, it's easier for me to speak as if I'm you during the reading. And so all of you Pisces out there, for right now in this few minutes, are going to be called Frankie. So the first card that I picked here is the Emperor card on the bottom of the deck. And he's the only card that's upside down in here. And when I pull the Emperor, I was thinking to myself, well, that's established order, religion, politics, all that kind of stuff, groups that you belong to that have a set of rules. But I always think, I'm saying this because if a group has a set of rules and I don't like the rules, let's put it that way, this Emperor's upside down, so I might be getting a little upset about the rules. But it can do a lot to do with my job, things like that, the way I position in my company. Sometimes this can be seen if there was a job loss or a need to try to get a new job, maybe within the sphere or whatever, but and I may not like the rules, so to speak, for my new job, but it's looking as if, I'm going to have to communicate and probably keep things under my hat and look inside of my own self. And this can do, these other cards here, you'll see what I'm talking about, because, and I'm sorry about the glare, I couldn't get it off of here no matter what. But this Emperor card here, kind of telling me I'm going to have to be really willing this month, because they said communication, to make sure that my communication is on the money. And that I've kind of kept it simple when I do my communication. I'm keeping my things simple, I'm keeping them concise, and I'm keeping them clear because of when this Emperor's here, there's going to be a whole bunch of rules set up in place. If you even think about it like religion or a group that you want to belong to, everybody seems to have a rule, and if I want to belong, I have to find a way to adapt or accept the rules or what's going on here. So I'm going to want to add to a little knowledge about these rules that I'm going into. This is going to be an interesting month, because then the next card, and I do believe this is the moon card, if you can see it here. I believe these cards are going to blend for me throughout the month. They're not going to be on a week-by-week basis. But because this is late, I'm assuming you're already in the middle of this flow or flux that's happening here. When I see the moon card, no, I see those dogs are howling at the moon, but actually that's not what it means. It means that I'm going to have to go inside myself this month, and I'm going to have to be open, honest, and communicative with me. What I want to do is pull and evaluate from my internal sense of knowing what it is I want to do to fit in with this, if I choose to fit in with it, or remove myself if I choose not to. So I believe a lot of us are going through a real big shift now, and I don't know anything about astrology. This is me, Frankie, talking to you, but I understand 5 planets are in retrograde, and I have to tell you, I'm getting old now, but this is the first time Mercury's ever really affected me. So if I were all you guys out there, I'd start watching. Because the next card in here, and it's upright too, and I don't think I've only been doing these readings for 4 months here. This is the 4th month on YouTube, and I've never pulled all 5 major arcana. And the next card here is the Devil card. No one's coming after you to get you. I've heard this card, and it's upright. All of them are upright except for the Emperor. People say this is sex, drug, and rock and roll, but I don't believe that's exactly what it is. I believe that in this circumstance, in this case, what's happening is I have to go inside to evaluate, what is going on in my life, because we have 2 major arcana here that are the Tower and the Devil together in the middle of the reading, right? So what that's telling me, and no, the house isn't going to blow up, what it is telling me though, when I'm looking at these cards, that there's absolutely a need for change. So or change of ideas, because this is communication, for the month, and how I'm open, or what in my own life needs to change. So with this moon card here, I'm going to start to go inside of myself and really start to decide what's right for me. Because when the Devil comes up, usually I am my own obstacle. There's something inside of me that I need to change, or I want to alter, or, get rid of. And with these 2 cards together, it feels as if someone's like, I gotta knock myself out of this status quo, this stuck type of energy, because we have the Moon card here, we have the Devil card, and we have the Tower card. So whatever's going on, because of established order in reverse, and I really don't like it, I'm going to start wanting to really be careful financially, with my communications, that I'm not drawing like premature conclusions, like jumping the gun, because I don't want to come out of the rut and I don't want things to change, and I'm not in the mood to alter them, because with the Tower card, they usually get altered no matter what I do. So if I'm in a situation that needs to be taken down in order to have a change, I'm going to be the one to do the deconstruction, not someone else. So, readings, when I give readings and I'm doing a regular reading, I'm like a horse with blinders on. So it's what is relevant to the person in front of me. So what is relevant if I'm a Pisces, it's like, what do I have to change within my belief structure, within my home structure, within whatever it is that's going on inside of me to shake it up enough to make that change with compassion and communication with myself. Now, if this is a love relationship, that I need to shake up or whatever, I'm going to do it from internally, because I can communicate with myself. I know, because remember that communication was around family members, friends, neighbors. I'm going to make sure that I'm in a place within myself where my communication is clear, concise. Let's say if something has to change in my marriage, I'm going to make sure that it benefits me also, that the change isn't all based on what others are telling me have to change, because the reading is also here about the next card. The fourth card in here is the Lover's card, and it's upright too. Let me see if I can get that for you. And people say this is like a high form of partnership, I've heard said before. But I believe it's a blessed partnership, because if it is the highest card and it's a major arcana, if it is within work partnership or something's changing within my work partnership, I want to hope that I'm with the right people, the right influence in my work. If it's a love relationship, right, I want to go inside of me and communicate with me, my own self, internally, and with my partner about what needs to change in our lives in order for us to go forward together in a really much more beneficial, beautiful manner for us. Even work, situations can be beautiful, and even if I don't like the job or the placement I'm in, maybe it's time for me to start looking at different outlets. It feels like the whole month, even with this Tower and the Devil card in here, with this Moon card and the highest level of partnership, right? With these cards all together, it keeps telling me that I have to pull into myself, to make this month more beneficial for myself. What has to be taken out of my life? Now we have the Devil and the Tower card. What do I need to remove out of my life? Or what do I need to communicate about my life that brings me forward, in a state of integrity, that I'm being true to me? Now we can't all go out and divorce our partner because he's, aggravating us right now. We can't go out every second and quit our job because we don't like the rules, because with that Devil card, everything in life takes structure. And with the Devil card there, it's showing me that I need a structure. So I want to go internally and find out, what can I do to fit within the structure that makes it beneficial for me, that I can be open, honest, and communicative with the people that are around me and still have compassion for my own self in the situation. Well, I don't know why they're saying this, but they're saying that I have to really evaluate this month, because they're saying, let's say it is a job situation, or I know that the partnership is going to break up or whatever. How's it going to affect me financially? I don't want to take any risks with my money this month that are financial risks, because I just, blew and, said, well, I'm doing it my way, and it's my way or the highway. These evaluations are really important, and this intuition about it and how do I fit into the scheme of things is really important too. Now, I don't know why, because there's a lot of us Pisces out there, but this is a skill that really truly requires development of spiritual, internal philosophies before I begin to speak them. Now, I want to evaluate what's going on inside of me. I want to evaluate how other people are perceiving me. If it takes, what did they say in the beginning? It's third house stuff. So if I need to write it down or journal it, or, like, here's the pros, here's the cons, I want to make sure I've communicated that with myself before I jump the gun or go off, because the way they're showing it, the status quo is getting a little bit shoved around here, and I want to be able to go with the flow, keep my life as simple as I can, and still benefit my own self during this month, because it feels right, the whole thing feels right. So if I don't know everything about the rules, I want to pay attention and get some more knowledge about what are the rules where I fit, or what is the paperwork I have to do to get into this new job or whatever, and I'm going to complete those things, because with this moon card as the first card, sometimes we'll just space out and go into our own little zone world, like where nothing gets disrupted and nothing gets changed. Well, the way Spirit's talking to me, there is going to be change, so I've got to pay close attention to what's being communicated to me and what I am communicating with myself. Because with that Devil card in there, things are going to rock and roll. With the Tower also in there, certain things have to be dismantled, but I know they do. I know this about myself. I know it has to change, so why not do it willingly, versus fighting all the time? Why not go internally and get a higher level of knowledge spiritually within myself while I face the things that are coming forward on my journey? And these are all upright. This Lover's card is upright, so if it's a new partnership or a choice I'm going to make, it's the right choice for me. They're not throwing things off here, because they're saying with the Moon card to go internally. So this is what I believe is going to happen, because it looks as if I'm going to, need to rely on me more, if that makes any sense. To keep the whole message simpler, I need to rely on myself more. So to rely on myself more, I have to be open with myself. I have to face myself. I have to communicate with myself. So if writing it down on paper is going to help me, write it down on paper. If I really don't like my job, or I know it's going to be pulled out from underneath me pretty soon, then write it down on paper. What do I want the new job to look like? How's it going to feel? Evaluate it internally, like spiritual perception for my own self. That's a real strong influence for the month, You want to be able, according to this and what Spirit told me before I started, you want to be able to communicate freely with others versus forcefully. And that's how it feels. Most Pisces aren't real forceful people, but remember, they're one of the most intuitive signs of all the signs, and you are a water sign. That's emotional. Must be it's time to sort the emotions and shake up the status quo. That's the way they're giving it to me. Let me see what you have in here for angel card for this month. See what, oh gosh, another one got this, but they're probably not going to know. There's a reason here. Pisces, don't draw any premature conclusions to stuff, because what you got is life purpose. So you must be evaluating all of your relationships. That's pretty slick. Pretty slick card here. I'm trying to get the glare off of it for you, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. But what the card says is, well, I have to pull my glasses down. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Well, that's a really pretty powerful card there. So with this evaluation of relationships, jobs, partnerships, things like that, I must be, through changing what's going on around me, I must be accepting and changing myself during this time too. What this card says, I read the alternative meaning out of the book on account of, I thought they were stacking, the angels were stacking the deck on me before. And it says, this card comes as a reminder that you needn't struggle to find your life purpose. Don't worry about how to make good money in a meaningful career. Don't concern yourself with quitting or starting jobs or professions. Instead, follow the path of your natural desires, talents, and passions. That's that moon card they're telling you to go within with. They're saying, let's see, follow the natural desire, talent, and passion with full intention of bringing joy to yourself and to others. And your life purpose doesn't need to be defined or pinpointed. It's a process and it's not a category. And the additional meanings are, give all your worries about money, career to God and the angels. You're on the right path towards your life purpose. Focus one step at a time with respect to your life purpose, and release all the fears to the angels. What you're doing right now is part of the life purpose. And like they said, it's reevaluation of my partnerships, my job, the people around me, because the status quo is looking like it's going to be shook up. But I knew it had to be, so I'm going to go with the flow. And that's your Pisces reading for May of 2016. And if you want to know more about me, there's information down below. Just go to the website, spirits-healing-readings.com, or if you want to schedule an appointment with me, All of the information to do that is on the website. And I want to tell you, I enjoy all of your likes, your shares, subscriptions, and I love your comments. And like I said, I'm kind of like behind myself here for this past month, so everything's a little delayed, but I will write back as soon as I can get back to everybody. And I think that's about all I have to say. I love this moon card for you. It looks like it'll be an interesting process, Pisces. Bye-bye.